Thank you very much for joining us today for this session, Top 5 Budgeting Tips. Mainly, we will try to make it more into asking like questions first, like why we want to do the budgeting and how we go about it. Um, Firstly, my name is Abdullah Haji Abdi. I'm one of the senior student advisors. My colleague Yasser is also with me today, joining us, Yasser Riaz. Um, and we'll be running the session today. I'll try to make it as simple, easy for you. Budgeting is always tiresome, but I hope you will enjoy the session today. Thank you very much. And I assume that you are all first year students who are keen to know about budgeting and like getting some tips. Thank you very much. Yeah, we welcome you again to LSPU, and I hope you will enjoy your time at this university. Probably you already had some induction that you've seen either online or one-to-one, and this is one part of that. Yasser and myself, we are based in the Student Life Center, where other teams are also based. And later, during our session, we'll discuss about how you can use as well other services within the Student Life Center. Our main remote area is to help you with and anything about financial support. We'll deal with that. And I hope from today you will see some of the budgeting plans and other advice at the end of the session that will include. So when it comes to budgeting, this is the main question that you need to ask yourself. This is why do you as a new student need to have a budget plan now? So this is two levels. Instead of what to do, it's more about why I need to do. So this will give you options. It depends on whichever level you are, what you want to do for you. I mean, your budget do for you. The reason we're saying now, you will see our next slide will tell you what we mean now. So this shows you it's mainly based on your student finance maintenance loan, and you receive budget like maintenance loan in September. You are expected this to last it until January. So this picture shows you sometimes if you don't budget properly, it might not reach until January, the next payment. So the reason I'm showing you this is not to scare you or it's not panicking you, but if there are any issues, we'll discuss as well. But it's very important that your budget, when you're thinking as a new student, this is your main plan. This will help you just to make sure that you progress and finish your first semester successfully without any financial problems. And if they come, support is available. You don't need to worry about that. So while we are thinking about this and the finance and this semester is very important for you. And this is the student money survey, which been recently published, like maybe the first week of September. The results show students with financial problem, they will usually have diets for this. So they have problems regarding the diet and eating, dieting, the social life is affected, their grades are affected, the relationship, if they are in it's affected, the sleep patterns might be affected, there might be mental health issues, and you can see the grades, the percentages are very high in one part, but if you have a good plan from now which will have an impact on or changing or confronting these suggestions or answers that the student gave before. So what usually happens when you start university is you start September. By November, you will expect to be handing in coursework, and maybe December, again, you might have some test exams. In January, you'll have your main exam, and you need good financial position at that stage, and it will help you, and you will avoid all these ideas. But this is a general idea. It won't happen to everyone, but budgeting will make it easier for you to evaluate and see and monitor your financial position. So I will here talk a little bit mention about top 5 budgeting tips. We are not saying that the way we are presenting is not like you need to buy this, you need to buy that. We will give you the bigger picture so you will be in control. As we mentioned, first you need to decide what you want your budget to do for you. So as a first-year student, if you rely on your maintenance loan and as an income, you will see how you can use that to make sure that it lasts for you until the next payment. That's one issue. You also need to think what you decide what you want the budget to do for you is to help you think about what else is you need. After you do the budgeting, you decide you want to last this money until January. You'll also think of the money I'm getting, is it enough or not? So that question will come, and that will be where a senior student advisor will come in and will look at that if you have any problems on that. The next bit, then you can set up your budget, which will be based on, as you generally know, either your income and expenditure. I will give you some examples of income and expenditures. So in general, to make budgeting, you have two main keys, your income, and we put here essential outings to make sure that we meet your objective to have enough money until January. So the main part will be your maintenance loan. The 3 other points like grants, scholarships, bursaries, or money from parents, income from job, are all might not be always there for many or some students. But one thing we are sure 100% is your maintenance loan, and you need to make sure that you are getting the right amount, and you plan according to what you have. Essential outgoings like rent, house bills, internet. Nowadays there are more other like other Netflix or other film streams that you can join and pay money, or music streams. So all these will build up what you expend. Travel or car cost, credit card and debt payments, phone bill, and if you have the latest phones, probably you'll pay more. You have to think about that. Food is very important. So at the end, I put here unexpected emergency payments. And this is very important. Sometimes, mostly, if you budget and you plan without saving some for emergency, it might have an impact on later in your budget plan. So it's one point. In addition to the essentials, you need to think about that as well. Then any money remained, you can use all other needs that you have. And this slide shows you the expenditure of students during their academic year. And when you look at that, you see the big part is almost 53% goes to rent. And the next one will be groceries, food, going out, transport, house bills, takeaways, clothes and shopping, holidays, mobile phone, course materials, health and well-being, gifts and charity, or another. So this will give you an idea about when you're writing your planning to budget. It gives you an idea of what items, points you need to consider. Then you can either do it monthly, weekly. Some advisors, people will tell you do it weekly, check everything you pay. Some people advise you to do it monthly, but you will decide according to what you have and how you do it. But the most important is why you do it. That's the question you need to ask every time. I'm paying this, why I'm doing this, then how it affects my plan. So they all come together. When you do your budgeting next, it will be maybe tracking is very important. Tracking your budget. This is mainly about tracking your expenses. You need to know how much you have spent each month or weekly. Some advisor will tell you to check weekly. Some people, like some advisors, might say even daily, or they give you a time. But the most important is the time that you can like monitor. So you will avoid overspending. The tracking can help you identify if change of priorities needed. You will check how much you spend on this. The material, the picture I showed you will give you an idea of what you need to spend. Then you will check how much you spend in each, and you can check and change it. So points to consider usually will be wants versus needs. If you need a laptop, but do you want it to be, you want a laptop, but do you need it to be the most expensive one? So you need to look at that. Seasonal expenses, when winter comes, you need a jacket. Do you want a jacket? There's no problem. But do you need to pay it at that amount? So you need to think about whenever you're doing this. Wants and needs will help you, and seasonal expenses will be also very important to be aware of. There are personal budget software applications available, but they only work for you if you know why you're doing this and you're able to check the change, and you can track your expenses. So here, mostly when you look in budgeting, the tracking is more into expenses. Expenses are very important that you need to match with your income. And the other bit will be on the fourth, like evaluating your budget. So treat your budget as a living document. So it will be checked all the time, evaluated periodically, either monthly or adjusted as necessary. Sometimes, like points you need to consider will be, for example, if you applied for the NHS low income scheme using HSC2 form, this is a form that you need to complete for you to get help with free prescriptions or dental treatment, side tests. But you need to fill a form. If you visit the website, the HC2 form will give you more information about that. You will need to provide your student finance notification letter to be assessed as a low income. And if you use student union card to get discounts in both high street and online, or if you use 6-25-year-old rail cards to save like a third on rail fares. All these are important, but you need to check whether it's working for you. Because unless you do that and see how your budget is working around these free options that you have, So why you're doing this is to ensure that it meets your current financial goals. So if you build that, it will help you to have clear financial goals based everything you look according to your goals. And finally, the fifth tip is when you reach goals, you need to reward yourself and see and have a nice meal or visit a friend or do something nice that you always like to spend some amount of money. And this will make you still all the time you're thinking of, I reached my goal, you set up another goal. For example, in here, we started from September to January. Then January you are paid again, and January that will goes to April. Then that needs to be rearranged your budget to see what other seasonal or other like Easter will come. So all these you need to consider as well. But when it comes April, you are paid in April, end of April. The next time you will be paid will be in September again. There's a big gap there. You need to plan for that as well, and including the summer will be in. So you need to have a plan for that. And all these will only work when you have a goal that you need to meet and you add another step. You then after you reach your goal, you can think of, okay, I now know how to reach that goal. I can start saving money, or I can do a plan. I want to buy a car or something nice. Then I can plan for saving it, and you will be in control. And the question you always need is why I'm doing this is very important. Yeah, to finalize, we'll go back to the September, January plan. The reason I put this again is to let you aware that the university is here to support you. We are trying to make sure that you reach your goal. If for some reason your fund or your plan cannot reach until January and you feel that you have financial problem, university offers funding called retention fund, which you can apply. And having a budget plan will help the assessors to make a decision appropriately. So you will give them the information, say, this is my income, this is what I planned, and this is the amount, the gap in my budget. And if I reach this point, for example, in mid or 1st of December, I need my rent to be paid. I can't pay because my money, my budget finished in there. You will get help and you can apply by visiting a student life center. If for other reason you need help, like with well-being issues, still, and there's another team, well-being team that you will meet and discuss your personal needs. If the issue is that you have the reason you are delayed or you're not progressing well is for dyslexic or other disability related, the other team will help you as well. So when you see this, it will help you to keep in your mind, but it's the reason is not to panic you, it's just to give you, to empower you and see, all right, this is what I'm working on. If I go stuck, I know I got the support at the university. And if I say it again, the tips we talked about quickly is first is you need to decide what you want your budget to do for you. The next bit, well, then you can sit and plan to set up your budget using use this as a base to give you an idea about the house like items that you need to look. You can add, you can take out some of them. And tracking is very important. You need to track your budget. Evaluating your budget is how, if it's working for you. If it's not working for you, you need to revise it. But make sure that it meets your current financial goal. And finally, you need to be hoping to reach that goal and rewarding yourself. And thank you very much for your attendance. I hope if you have any questions, we're ready to answer your questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abs, for that brilliant presentation. So if anybody has any questions and would like to ask any of us, whether it's to do with budgeting, whether it's to do with sort of financial support, or just generally about our services, please do write in the Q&A or the chat, and we can have a look and get your questions answered. So let's see if anybody has written anything. So we have. All right, I think I don't think we have any questions so far coming in. But okay. Dr. Abs, just if I could ask you quickly, in terms of the type of things or the type of work that we do as senior student advisors, what would you recommend to the students? What would you from your experience say to students who are just newly joining us, or even those who are coming back, about starting this year and in regards to budgeting, just generally, and we'll close it from there.
Yeah, I think it's, as I mentioned in the first part, some students is only, if you are only thinking of using the maintenance loan as your main income, it might be difficult to reach up to January, but you need to have some sort of other income by looking for part-time. And the university has employability team whom you can liaise as and give you some advice on improving your CV, guiding you to that where possible part-time jobs are available. And maybe you attended one of the inductions and they provide that. And the other thing is, if you stuck and you feel that you you need immediate financial support needs, you can contact our Student Life Center and we'll look at that case. And you don't need to to keep it on to yourself. If the support is available, it's a matter of coming to the Life Center and informing the team. You can speak to your course director about if you're feeling any financial difficulties, or come to the Student Life Center. We'll look at that. But mostly is, as I started earlier, think about that you need to have a plan to work on, and it will help you. And financial planning is always difficult. Not many people like to use it, but it's important for you. At least this is your start as new student. It will help you to monitor not only your finance, you learn to monitor about your progress even in university, and it will allow you to see if you think that you're not doing the way you want you need to improve your communication as well, quickly speak to someone. And all these are all linked for you to be successful in your studies.
Exactly. Well, that's very nicely summarized, Dr. Abs. I think we can end it there. I think that's a message for everybody to take home. Be proactive. Do your budgeting. Do prepare yourself and get organized. And then we can and then everybody can like Dr. Abs said, be successful in their courses and their careers after LSBU as well. But again, just like to say thank you everyone for attending. Wish you guys all the best and have a good day. Thank you very much.